campers are the devil, are you? Not the most comfortable night's sleep. Woke up several times. Once for a wee. Once because there was a bloody spider on my face. How he got in, I don't know. Massive, one of those massive ones with a pea-shaped body and really long legs. And then for the last hour or so it's been raining, which was quite comforting in a way. Pitter-patter on the tent. I'm going to have to put wet shoes on this morning, which isn't a nice thought. Got dry socks, but wet shoes. That's my thoughts so far. I'm going to try and get myself out of bed, make a coffee, see where the day takes me. Morning, world. Oh, it looks lovely now. Everything's gonna be wet though. As always, guys, leave no trace. And special thanks to the cameraman. No, special thanks to the fantastic fallen tree who provided me with all the hanging space I needed. Thanks to that bush, you know what that was for. And I'm going this way to try and find some civilization. So, while to you this might look like a enchanted little pathway to a forest clearing with a babbling brook, to me, it means this. This. Because I basically had to, from the field, make my way down something similar to this, but probably about twice as long, with only shorts on and shoes and thistles and stinging nettles and all sorts of things grabbing me and twisting me, pulling me over. So I'm just gonna get my breath back for a minute, try to enjoy what you're enjoying, and think about getting some antiseptic cream out of my back. Hopefully though, I'm heading on what's now a well-trodden path to civilization. So let's have a quick damage report for day 3 of this trek. Cuts all over the place. Tiredness bearing up, although I'm feeling very achy and numb in certain places, especially my feet. Blister on under my right foot, which thanks to the Compeed isn't giving me as much jip and hopefully will heal. Heal. Note to self for next time, remember to bring at least one plastic bag for your wet or dirty clothes. And the genius thought I've just had is, you know when you stay in a hotel, which I may do soon, and you've got those free shower caps, might take a couple of them as little inside shoe waterproof barrier, so I can put dry socks on and my feet will stay dry all day. Other than that, it's bang on 9 o'clock and I've got another full day ahead of me. You credit that, look at that. So there's a signpost there saying footpath from where I've just come, and presumably this way is for the coastal path. So I must have missed something at some point. I must have missed, because presumably if that's the sign for people going clockwise, it must be this way. I must have missed a sign that told me to turn off on this lane. That'll take you down to the lighthouse. I'm gonna go this way and see where it takes me. Wow, this is a beautiful place. What an amazing place to live. Coastal path, coastal path. Do I trust you? You know, guys, I get a distinct impression that perhaps the Welsh coast path isn't very well trodden. And if it is, perhaps people don't bother with the Anglesey arm of it. Because a lot of places although at the beginning it was quite well signposted, and again for the last half a mile it has been, it's higgledy-piggledy and hit and miss, and quite overgrown in places. Now that's a solid gate and a half, isn't it? Looks medieval. So like I just said, the last mile or so, well signposted. Skirting houses and stuff, I guess. People don't want you in their property, so they make sure the signs are there. But yesterday when it came to the farmland and up on top of the moors and the cliffs, just nothing. And it makes me wonder, like, well, I mean, obviously the first scenario is I completely missed a sign or two pointing me in the right direction. That's totally possible, although I was trying to keep my eyes peeled for it. Maybe because maybe people in Anglesey or farmers in Anglesey are against the coastal path. Who knows? Maybe the people who live here are very proud of their property and don't want people traipsing around it, which is, fair enough in a way. In the meantime, oh, look at that! Look at that down there! Isn't that just beautiful? That's where I must have come. That's Wales over there. I think that's the Menai Strait. I'd have come from down there somewhere, all the way round. Oh, beautiful! It is beautiful. I'm noticing as well is that the footpath where it is signposted is often trying to drag me away from the coast. The coast is that way, and it's trying to drag me away from the coast. So if that's because it's dangerous or private property or cliffs or, for any safety reason, fair enough. I fully appreciate that. But they do seem to like to, at least on the east part so far, drag you away from the coast on a different route. This way then. It's lovely, isn't it? Look at this. You could just imagine a horse and cart, sort of with one of the wheels fallen off, coming round this corner. 300 years ago, John Constable sat here with an easel painting it. Yeah, amazing. And one more thing, and I'll try and make this the last moan of the day, but I'm not promising. And also, I've only done a small percentage of the Anglesey coastline so far. But up till now, on day 2, pretty sure this lane is the one that I left about 8 clips ago, where I just cut my leg crossing that stream, exiting my campsite, and I think this is the same road. And yet the footpath, the coastal footpath signs, pulled me away down lanes, down country footpaths, through stiles and all sorts, and around the backs of people's gardens. I got one glimpse of the coast, and now I think I'm back on the same road again. What's the point of that? Is that a coastal path? Is it a coastal path? Or just making the maximum use of footpaths that already exist, that roughly follow the line of the coast as it goes around the island? I don't know, what do you think? Is that just being pernickety? You're a lively fellow, aren't you? Got some grass? Nay, okay. Galloping around the field like an idiot. Stops for a few seconds, has a look at the sheep. Gets jealous because they're not in his field. You can't chase them around. Wow, you're really full of energy, you aren't you? Letting off some steam. Beautiful colours with the chestnut's body, and then the blonder tail, mane, and the ends of his legs. Wow, I'd love to be able to just gallop around a field like that. Beautiful. Proud little thing. See, that's helpful, isn't it? We do have the normal coast footpath, but obviously the owner, the person who lives here, has put their own little sign. Keeps people off their property in their nicely mown grass and tells them the right way to go. Yeah, fantastic. And here we go down. Let's see how close we get to the actual coast this time. Beautiful. What's so especially nice about that heather is just the variety of purples and pinks that you get, and oranges. You don't get that from a distance. You just think it's green and purple, but it's actually just such a large variety of colours. Delicious. Mum would have loved that colour, those colours. And I've seen haze outdoors, having the odd bit of leaf, not leaf, petal. Still not convinced. Ugh. Oh. No, still not convinced. I'd have to be struggling, I think, to survive on gorse petals. So it does actually look this time like they're taking us down. Look, somewhere over there. There's the island where the lighthouse was, just opposite, around the corner there. So I've come from there this morning. I pitched in a field, corner of a field just down there. Meandered my way round, and now it wants us to actually go down closer to the coast. I just hope it's not cliff edge walking, because that will, I think I'll have to avoid it if it is. Let's have a look. So far so good. There is a little path next to the fence as well. The fence looks quite strong, but I'm guessing it is quite a drop off once you get down there. Hopefully it skirts away from the edge. You may be able to see habitation down there, some kind of settlement to the left, and then a bigger one to the right. I think, if I'm right, that might be called Blenheim or Blenner or Blender or something like that. And if that's the case, that's the small town I'm going to aim to head to today if I get enough miles under my belt. This is an unexpected surprise over the brow. They all look like quite young, or are they ponies perhaps? And are they just wild, wandering free? I don't know. They look well kept. Yeah, lovely. Gave a start, looked at me, and then carried on munching. Gotta get through them still though, to that gate over there. Don't kill me, will you? Here's a question for people watching. Answers on a postcard, please. Obviously, I've mentioned before how the sea around Anglesey seems to be very clear, turquoisey colours. But then there's these massive dark patches. Can you see that one? That one there, and then there's another one further out, smaller one here, here, separated from the rest of the colours. What is that? Is it just something as simple as shadow from the clouds, which there aren't really that many, and they don't seem to be moving much, or is it seaweed, or is it where the water's deeper than other places, or something else? Please let me know. Oh, this is just what my legs need. An incursion inland, upwards. Oh, just what I need. Been looking forward to this for ages. Ah, my knees. Bloody hell. When's it stop? There's not too many of these. Oh. Windy, windy. Oh look, another sign. There's been lots of Welsh Coast Path signs up till now. And now we've got one of each. Look at this. Lonely little harebell bopping away in the wind. Not sure about this one. Not gonna focus anyway, are you? Cornflower, I think. Might be wrong. Well, the town seems a little bit closer, but still yonks miles away. I need to get some water soon. What I was making teas and coffees, I've nearly used all my water. And all of that stuff there is no good, is it? Water everywhere and not a drop to drink. So, hopefully civilization soon. We'll just come over the brow there and you can see now the humongous bay that lies in front of me, sweeping round to the right to that town where I was talking about earlier. Looks like some sandy beaches down here. Something to look forward to, might even have a paddle. Ah, look. Isn't love beautiful? I'm going down this proper slippery footpath. There was a farmer rounding up sheep on his quad bike, and I didn't want to ask him because he was zooming around the field. There was a footpath off to the left which stayed up high, and this one, which is a slippery one, down here. This one said footpath, the other one said coastal path. I don't know whether it went the same way or not. We'll find out, I guess, but I don't want to have to come all the way back up here if it's the wrong way. Literally just got to near the end of this path, and you can see we're locked down closer to the ocean here, but still there's a big drop. And as soon as that path just there goes round to the left, it's teetering right on the edge of what is still quite a substantial cliff. That's not for me. I can't see around the corner to see how long it lasts or whether it continues like that for a while. That's not for me. I'm going to go back up to the top, and if the farmer tells me off, fair enough. I'll have to find an alternative or come up with it. But I can't do that. I think that's why. I'll show you the signpost in a minute once I've puffed my way back to the top again. Oh, I knew it. I knew it in my bones. Back up the slippery slope. This is the gate. Finally made it back up here. And you can see there's the sign there. Just says footpath. And this one says here. So my dilemma was, do I go down that one, whether there's a further evidence that there's a footpath, or continue along the field? Thank goodness for that, eh? Right. Straight down, I'm guessing. Was it down? Yeah, I'm guessing that way rather than that way. So here's a question for you statisticians out there as I pause for breath. There's about 15 million sheep in the UK. I have lamb 2 or 3 times a month. What's the chances that I've walked past one of the sheep that has eventually ended up on my plate in my life? Stupid. I'm just stupid, aren't I? I'm delirious. I need water. It's sunny. Glorious. And down we go again. It was signposted this time though. I hope it's not a similar scenario next to the edge. Ugh. Oh, it does look like it. Oh God. Oh God. How far down does it go before it teeters? I'll go down a little bit more. I can see this happening quite a lot. You've got to trust those people that have gone before you, in a way, haven't you? You know, the people that have walked it before, and maybe they weren't scared of heights, but I mean, obviously in the past, people that lived on cliffy coastal areas would think nothing of getting from A to B quicker by precarious routes. But with it being a national coastal path, you'd think they'd at least have put some thought into, you know, how dangerous it is. It's a beautiful butterfly down here. Let's have a look. Hello, little fella. I'll do my best not to stand on you. Wonder what breed you are. Lovely. Oh, it doesn't. It looks scary down there, doesn't it? It looks terrifying all the way down to there. And there is a bit of a drop, thankfully hidden by bushes. But I'm going to risk it because it bends round to the left. I'm going to trust whoever did it. I mean, I think if I'd persevered the other way, this is where it would have taken me out. You know, you can see how unworn it is. Right, let's try it. And we do seem to be dipping down slowly as well. Not quick. I'm going to shut up. Otherwise I'll jinx myself. It's a nice little glade, isn't it? Where now? This way. Follow the field, I think. Wow, can you hear what I can hear, guys? Oh, this is the closest we've been to the sea for days it seems. Quite a lot of the path so far has been high up. Oh, look at this. And in this little hamlet here, I just googled pubs and it said there is a pub. I don't know, it's going to be open at this time, 11:44. We'll see. It did say a village pub run by locals with a nod to tourists, so I don't know if that means they're friendly or not. Find out if it's open. This! Oh, amazing! This is amazing. There was a beauty spot, a car park, a coffee cabin, ice cream shack kind of thing, shut. Looked at the Google for the pub, 5 o'clock it opens. Looked at a few other places, 5 o'clock they open. So I'm continuing to the next slightly bigger establishment of houses, and this is the way, it seems. Leave the road, perhaps onto the beach. So this the path here cuts off quite a large swathe of duney, marshy bit here. The beaches was sandy, I saw on the other side, which you can see why it's a beauty spot just back there, but continues round here, and then there's this wall. I don't know if this is like a flood protection wall or just been built for a footpath, but I've obviously got to follow follow this. Look at the sign, well placed sign if any there was one. Don't go straight on, follow the wall. God, my legs. Right, let's do it. Hopefully there's a pub in the next alcove. Cove. Can't even talk properly. Goes on for miles. Miles and miles. Bloody hell. Hello, cows. Hello, how you doing? I'm doing good, thanks. You sound remarkably like your sheep cousins. Just look back after that boardwalk and you can see the mountain, the cliff in the far distance. It was way the other side of that where we started today, and we've come all the way skirting the tops, up and down occasionally, and then round this bay, which is still quite marshy with a bit of a beach. And apparently as you come around this cove, there's a few bars, restaurants and cafes, so hopefully some of them might be open so I can rest my weary legs. Oh, look at this. That one's for you, Steve. Hello, cows. Hello. It's a cute little bridge over there, isn't it? A cute little boat. Hopefully this is a habitation. Yeah, quite a substantial river actually, isn't it? Going under this bridge into the sea. Huge place. I'd say this little side river next to it. So I've turned away from the coast, temporarily at least, to head inland to what I hope is called the Bull Inn, and hopefully it's open, hopefully that's food as well. And it's quite near a little town, or village perhaps, where I've seen some bed and breakfast. So what I think I'm going to do, my plan is, because I'm absolutely knackered, feet are sore, I'm knackered. I don't know how many miles I've done already this morning, but I set off early, 8 or 9-ish. So I've been on the road for just over 4 hours probably. I'm thinking a pint, some food, maybe look for some accommodation, and call it a half a day today, you know. Rest up, get things dried, get things restocked, and start fresh tomorrow morning, rather than slogging on today and then looking for somewhere again to camp. Start tomorrow with a fresh head. That's my plan. Please be open. Please be open. Oh, it looks closed. Oh no.